Welcome back, Powerhouse Coaches. I'm your host, Dr. Amanda, and you're listening to the Coaching Business Growth Roadmap. You're in the right place if you're a coach, consultant, or service-based business owner who's on fire, inspired to build a successful six-figure business, and you're looking for the step-by-step roadmap to get there. That's what this limited series podcast is all about. And in this episode, you're going to learn step 10, which is how to strategically, and I want to capitalize and yell that word at you, strategically, post on social media. The reason that this strategy part is so important is because, wow, so much time, energy, and money can be wasted on ineffective use of social media. And I don't want you to get stuck in that trap. Real quick, if this is your first time plugging into this limited series podcast, be sure to go back to the beginning and listen to these episodes in order because this is a step-by-step roadmap. So go to the episode that says start here, start there, and work your way through every step. And then be sure to download the Coaching Biz Growth Roadmap Supplemental Workbook. Just go to the show notes. There's a link right there. This will give you action steps to implement as you're going through each step on this roadmap. All right, let's get to step 10, how to strategically post on social media. First, I want you to consider the zones and which zone you're in, whether you're in zone 1, 2, 3, or 4, and how to think about social media dependent on which zone you're in. So if you're in zone 1, the manic imposter zone, something I really want you to hyper focus on here is don't get stuck in negative self-comparison when you get on social media. Oh, this is such a common trap. So here you are going, okay, I need ideas to post on social media. So I'm going to get on social media and see what other coaches are doing. And then you go down this shame, fear, embarrassment, frustration, procrastination wormhole that's a downward spiral that leads you into negative self-comparison because you see all these other coaches with millions of followers or thousands of followers and it seems like they're so successful, and so you start beating yourself up and questioning, am I ever going to be able to be successful? Don't let this happen to you. Be strategic when you get on to post or when you get on for ideas and remind yourself up front, hey, I'm only comparing myself to myself. This is my game. I'm building my business at my pace. I don't want you to get stuck in the trap of negative self-comparison. And this is really easy to do when you're in the manic imposter zone because you're really excited and you have great ideas, yet you don't totally know what you're doing yet, which is the way it should be when you're starting a business. Of course, you don't know what you're doing yet. So don't beat yourself up about this and don't negatively compare yourself to people who are years ahead of you in the game. That's not going to help you be magnetic. And if you're thinking about law of attraction and applying law of attraction principles, anytime you go into the shame spiral or the fear spiral, you are creating resistance and it's repellent to money. So that's not going to help you. So just know that that is a possibility before you get on. Recognize if that's a pattern you have and then reframe it. So before you get on social media, just set yourself up for success by going, okay, I'm going to spend 5 minutes finding an idea. Better yet, you could even go on to ChatGPT and ask for ideas for social media and then do some posts based on that. So don't get stuck in the downward spiral of negatively self-comparing to other people who are ahead of you in the game. You're in your own game. Okay, zone number 2, if you're stuck in the over-deliver and undercharge zone and you're getting to zone 3 and zone 4, don't create too much content and get trapped in the cycle of overworking and getting underpaid. So this is a really common thing I see for zone 2 coaches and social media is that they think that they've got to create a ton of content, but then they don't stop to question, is the content getting results? And that's what we're really going to talk about today in building strategy around your content practices. So zone number 3, when you're in the value yourself more zone, you're really going to want to pay attention to KPIs, meaning key performance indicators. Measuring, okay, is this post getting results? How many people are engaging? Is it leading to consults? Is it leading to sales? And get really clear here on the numbers so you can gauge if your social media strategies are effective and what to change if they're not. When you're in zone 4, the zone of manifestation, this is where you're going to want to start delegating to experts to scale your social media effectively. So up until this time, you've been doing posting and you're paying attention to KPIs as you get into zone 3. And now you go, okay, I'm going to hire a rock star team to scale using social media as one of my strategies. And that's a possibility in the zone of manifestation. I know coaches who never pay very much attention to social media and they have multiple 7-figure businesses. So social media is one of those things that I really want you to approach from this zone of genius perspective where, okay, what's in my zone of genius? Yes, I need to have a social media presence, but you realistically could have one platform that you get on, use the one that you love the most, do that one, become an expert at that one, and then use it as a strategy to build credibility and to build an expert platform over time where people just see you there. So today you're going to get strategic on why you want to use social media and how to use it effectively to get your chosen results. So that's what we're going to break down next. Let's talk about engagement and conversion stats. And this is the reason I want you to pay attention to being very strategic, because I'm going to share with you stats that were posted by Hootsuite in November of 2023. These are wild. So listen to this. Professional services and consulting, when they posts on these platforms, these are the average engagement rates. So this is for people that are in your position, a coach or a consulting service. On Instagram, the engagement rate was 1.63%, Facebook 1.03%, Twitter or X 0.97%, LinkedIn 1.61%, and TikTok 0.44%. So those are your average engagement rates on posts. So in the best case scenario, with a very direct and clear call to action to book a call, here are the numbers. Pay a lot of attention to this. Instagram followers. I'm just using Instagram because it has the highest engagement rate of all of the ones that they shared. So their average engagement rate on Instagram was 1.63%. So let's say you have 2,000 Instagram followers. And there's a 1.63% engagement rate, meaning that's the number of people who see your post. That's 32.6 people will see your post. On average, there's a 3% booking rate when people have a direct, clear call to action. So that would be 0.978 people. And then when you have a booked call, there's an average 20% conversion rate into a client. So that's 0.19 people per post. So it will take 5 posts with killer content and a direct CTA to convert into one client. That's 5 posts to get one client. And I'm telling you, that is best case scenario when you are really, really good at CTAs, calls to action, to book a call in your posting process or your posting strategy. It's going to take you 5 posts to get one client. And those numbers, I think, are very on the positive end, because in order for you to have a strategy in social media when you're especially in zones 1 and 2 that's going to get clients like that, you've got to be really, really good at copy. You've got to be really good at clear CTAs. You've got to be great at the conversion process. You've got to have a system set up. So I don't advocate for coaches to think that content marketing is going to get them easy clients. I have not seen that to be true in the people I've worked with for myself. Yes, I see sometimes people are really good at social media. It's like their jam and they just love it and they're really good at it and they can get clients that way. Awesome. If that's you, do it. Here's the thing that's important to ask yourself. What's my purpose of posting? Get crystal clear. What is my purpose for posting content? And here are the things that I see being the purpose for people. There are 4 things: brand awareness and credibility, engagement and building community, conversion, or fun. Okay, so let's say you're posting for brand awareness and credibility. You want to be thinking, okay, I'm posting for touch points over a long period of time. What I mean by this is that people are just going to keep seeing your content and your posts over time. And so you're over time staying top of mind. You're at least getting some exposure, but remember the engagement rates are really low, meaning that not that many people see your post. So you've got to be posting quite a bit if you want to have consistent touch points that's keeping you top of mind. If you just want brand consistency or brand awareness and credibility so that when people go to your content, then it's just about being consistent in your posting schedule. So for me, we've played over the years with so many different posting schedules and posting strategies. And right now I'm really in this place of 1 post a week, 1 to 2. And it's just so that when people who talk to me on a consult or come to me and want to check me out on social media, they see that I've been posting consistently over the years. It's not how I attract and convert people at this moment in time. That could change when I hire a really fabulous social media team. It's just not my main approach, and it never has been. So I'm using a brand awareness and credibility building process or strategy, and I just post and post regularly. I don't freak out about posting 5 times a day and having it convert people. That's not my strategy. So it can be yours, it's just not mine. So get aware of what your strategy is. The next thing would be engagement and community building. So let's say you're posting in Facebook or LinkedIn in a group. That would be the best strategy for this, because engagement in a group is much higher than engagement when you're just posting, because the algorithm pushes out Facebook and LinkedIn group posts more than it will just open posts. So think about that. If you want to do an engagement and building community strategy, then I would say build a group. Alternatively, you can do lives. So let's say you do lives on Instagram and you put them on a schedule, and so people know to expect them. This can be an effective strategy. So that can be fun if that's something you enjoy and you want to start doing lives. You can schedule a live and you can blast that post out to your people. They start to get used to you doing a live, and then they show up, and that can grow your following, because every time you're on a live, let's say on Instagram, and someone pops into it, then it broadcasts to their people and it helps in the algorithm. So that's a strategy to grow your social media following, and also to start to have people come into your community. Make sure if you're doing this, you have a really clear CTA when you are doing that live. Conversion. This would be another purpose of posting. So conversion is definitely a way that people do it. There's people that have entire businesses teaching how to use social media to convert. So it is a possibility. Just get clear if that's yours. You got to get really, really damn good at copy, have clear CTAs, and post a lot. Or have a professional marketing team do this for you. So if you want to use social media as a conversion strategy, you want to be very, very, very strategic and track the KPIs, know the numbers on it so that you can see what's working and what's not, and adjust accordingly. Last, it could be that you're just posting for fun. Let's say you really enjoy social media. You're one of those people who's just like, social media is my jam. Then I still say apply strategy to it, because you want to be knowing if you're running a business or a hobby. If you're just posting for fun, you have no strategy, that's not a way to grow your business to 6 figures. That's a way to waste time and just play. I want you to be playful in your business. So I'm not saying don't have fun posting on social media. If that's what you enjoy, do it. Add strategy to it, and now you'll convert it into clients. So, have fun if that's your thing, and add some strategy so that you can use your posting as a way to convert people into clients. My purpose, like I said, is just long-term brand awareness and credibility. So I have a consistent presence on the various platforms. And so when people who are looking at my programs, products, and services go to my social media links, they see that I've been there consistently throughout the years. So I don't use it as a conversion strategy at this time. I use DMing a lot, so I still need people to see that I'm posting in a consistent way, but I don't use my actual posts as a way to attract clients at this moment when I'm recording this. We are adding different methods, so I could in the future. I just right now, especially when you're newer and you're in zones 1, 2, and 3, I would say that it's a more challenging approach. And I think it's the biggest mistake I see most new coaches making, is that they think, I'm going to post and get a whole bunch of clients. And then they come to me and they say, I'm not getting any engagement. Nobody's converting into a client. And then I ask them what their client journey is or what their lead gen system is. And they're like, well, I post 3 times a week. No one is asking me for a consult. And I'm like, oh, that's why, because it's a system and you got to be really good at it to have posting be your strategy to get people on calls and convert them into clients. They're not just going to raise their hand from an inspirational post and be like, I want to work with you because you gave this great quote. Or even if you have really high value videos or something like that, if you're not using them directly to convert them into a program that is high caliber and has credibility, it's just a harder process. So I just want to be very transparent with you here, because my goal is to help you get to 6 figures as fast as possible and not sell you a lot of the BS that a lot of people will sell and say it's easy to do this and get clients. I have not seen that to be the case. So I just want to be transparent with you. I don't want to burst your bubble if you're like, but I love social media. If you love social media, awesome. Use it as a strategy. Apply a system to it, a system and a purpose. And then yes, it will work for you because of magnetism. If you love doing it, you'll figure out a way to have it convert. Just know that your purpose is, okay, I'm going to use social media as a conversion strategy, which means I need to have a systematized approach to doing it. Okay. Once you decide on your purpose, choose your platform and post. So you're going to optimize your bio. You're going to use your tags that you learned about in step 5. You're going to link that to your opt-ins and lead magnets, create a posting schedule. This is, again, going to be based on your purpose. So the posting schedule is based on your purpose. Create content based on the purpose. So if the purpose is to have brand awareness, then you're thinking, okay, what's the minimum viable product? Meaning, what's the minimum viable amount of posts that I can post in order to just have consistency in my brand? If your purpose is lead gen, then you're going to want to have a lot of posts because you're going to need to have more options for conversion or more opportunities for conversion. So all of these things are going to be dependent on your purpose for posting. When you're creating content based on the purpose, you're going to want to post in formats that are easiest for you while staying brand aligned. Always have clear CTAs and use AI to give you ideas. So type into ChatGPT or whatever AI service you use and just say, give me 10 ideas for content for blank, whatever your expert area is. And then just keep chatting with ChatGPT until you get a solution. And I promise you, you will. Like, the sky's the limit with posts that you can do. So don't get worried that you're not going to have enough content. And also, I will say, the better you know your avatar and who you're talking to and what you offer, the more niche you are, content gets easier and easier to create because you know exactly the pain points. You know exactly what they want to see, what they want to hear, and what's going to resonate with them. So again, that's why this is a step-by-step approach. I want you to go back to market validation and defining your avatar if you haven't yet, because it is really hard to post if you don't know who you're posting for, or if you have too broad of an audience. It gets really hard to post and it doesn't get results. So, create your content based on the purpose and then repurpose content to optimize your energy, time, and money. Here's an example. We currently release 1 episode per week of the Inner Power Entrepreneur podcast. So that's my main podcast. Remember, this is just a limited series where you're getting the steps and then there won't be episodes added. On my Inner Power Entrepreneur podcast, we do a release every week. So for that one, we create 1-minute summary reels of the episode. So I just give a summary of the episode. We post it on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. We transcribe the episode and put it in our Inner Power it's like a newsletter, and we have like an online blog that's really just a summary of our podcast. So now that gets put on our website and it gets posted in Facebook and LinkedIn. Then we post the video version of the podcast on YouTube, and then we recap the episode in our weekly newsletter, share relevant highlights and stories. So with that one piece of content, we get 4 posts. And so that's how you want to be thinking about repurposing your content so that you're not having to create too much and get stuck in that zone 2 where you're over delivering and undercharging and you're just making too much and it's not getting effective results. So that is my spiel on strategically posting on social media. The biggest key takeaway I can tell you is to not get stuck not knowing your purpose of posting and believing that you're going to get clients just from randomly posting things. You need to be strategic about it and have a system, and you need to know your purpose. And I highly recommend that posting is not your main strategy. It's not fast enough, it's not direct enough, and you can't reach enough people when you're in the zones 1, 2, and 3. It's just you have too small of a following and you don't yet have the traction or the magnetism to attract enough conversations to get the clients you will want and need in order to build a 6-figure business. So you can use social media as a long-term strategy over time. You can definitely use it to convert, but I wouldn't use it as your main strategy. Don't get stuck there. Okay, so action steps for this step. Be sure to download the supplemental workbook that goes along with this series if you haven't yet. The link is in the show notes. Use the action steps in that workbook to choose a social media strategy that works for you. And then if you want to chat with me about how to scale your business to 6 figures, schedule a rapid biz growth call to see how I can help you do that in the next 12 months. So that link is in the show notes. I would love to talk to you. If you're here with me right now on step 10, it means that you are liking what you're hearing and you're learning and getting value. I promise you, I can help you grow your business to 6 figures by understanding where you're at, how to scale, implementing strategies that I know will help you masterfully grow your business. So schedule a call with me. Just go to the link in the show notes. That's it for this step until step 11, where you're going to learn how to build your expert platform using a podcast, newsletter, blog, or YouTube channel. I am sending you social media superpower high fives. See you in step 11.